All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning back in. This episode, I want to give everyone an update as to where I stand going from here in regards to my overall swing trading account with Robinhood and my strategies going forward from here into next month, and looking a little bit ahead on things I need to change and maybe some things I've been doing better. So to start off, Um, I wanted to clear up that my Robinhood account is no longer active. It's under restriction for the next 3 months. I'm unable to trade in my Robinhood account. What happened was, as many of you guys know, I was in the cron trade and I was holding two contracts short cron, and I missed my exit point. And when I did, I anticipated the squeeze, but I did not react, and I let my emotions cloud my vision for 2 seconds, and my opportunity was taken away from me. And after cron squeezed up, it was already up over 5% on the day, and for some reason, I decided to add in short another contract. So with this being said, I ended up the stock continued to push higher on the day, and I had to cover all my shares. So when I covered all my shares, I activated a day trade because I had added the one cron option that very day, and then I sold it the same day. That's a day trade, and I got put on restriction with Robinhood. So all that means is that I cannot trade in that account for 3 months because I was already on watch for pattern day trading. Now, for you, those of you guys who do not know what pattern day trading is, it is a law that has been enacted by the SEC that was put in place in an effort to help people from losing their money, newbie traders and investors from losing their money. So if you have less than now, some people say it hurts them and it actually impairs new traders, but it can go either way. Even though I could say it's hurting me now, it could be saving me, and we'll get into more of that in the future. But if you have less than $25,000 in your account, you are only allowed to um, take if you have less than $25,000 in your account, you can only take 4 day trades in one 5 day um, period, trading period. So if you take more than that, you get put on restriction for 3 months, and you can still swing trade. But I guess I violated that, and now I'm not allowed to trade in that account at all. So that is unfortunate. I was on a good run there. I covered Cron up quick enough where I didn't have any big losses on that. Most of my losses, the last that I had the video where I was down $70, most all those losses were simply time decay on my USO contracts. That was the big thing with that. So, like I said before, the options are dangerous because time decay, you have to have the stock move in the direction where you've called your option. If you buy an option at a strike price and the stock does not move there immediately, your stock will more or less start degrading in value because time is going by and your stock's not any closer to the strike price that you've purchased. So for that reason, they're low probability trades. Um, so the other reason that I say that this might actually be a blessing, and I want new traders to listen to this and learn from my experiences because everyone who's starting out needs to really think about this even before they start trading. A key thing to learning about the markets, and one thing that I've been failing to do since my career started, and that I'm still been working on and I'm trying to do now, is be more of a student of the market and watch the market, and don't try to guess where the market's going to go so much. Just watch the market and see what it does. And don't be, because when you try to predict what direction the market or a certain stock's going to go in, especially if you have money on the line, if you're putting money on there, what happens is your brain, your thought is clouded, and what you really start thinking about is how much money you're up or down, or whether you're right or wrong. And if you are wrong, it's hard to recognize that when you've already made your decision and you're rooting in the other direction, if that makes any sense. So I'm kind of thankful in a way that I have a 3 month restriction on my swing trading account with Robinhood because of this reason, because I want to be a student of the markets. I want to be watching the market each day without waking up having a stock that I'm already locked into that I'm hoping is going to be up or down, even if I do have good reasons for it to do that, because you never know what's going to happen, and you, even if you have your emotions are such a factor. I'd rather be waking up, watching the market, letting it tell me what it's going to do, and then waiting for an opportunity to present itself for me to take advantage of that gives me clear risk to reward benefits. That's the other new traders things guys gotta get figure out, and they gotta understand is that it's you the reason why a lot of people aren't successful is because they're impatient and they don't sit back and they don't wait. That's one of the biggest advantages of that's really the only advantage that we have as retail traders, as people who trade for themselves. We're on our own, we're with our own capital. The only advantage that we have is that we do not have to take a trade if we do not want to. So we can sit back and wait for the perfect opportunity to present itself. And if we do that, and we do that enough times, we're going to be successful as long as we use proper risk reward when these opportunities do arise. So, in saying that, traders need to keep this in mind, and we need to be ready for an opportunity. We don't need to, the last thing you want to do is be in a stock that's not performing well and not have your money available ready to buy shares or sell shares of a stock that is about to move and it's providing phenomenal risk reward level. Now, and guys, that goes back to my point of why I'm trying to cut out the swing trading, and now I don't have a choice for the next 3 months because my account's locked. But so that when I am day trading, I'm sitting back, and the way I do it, I'm waiting for something to an opportunity to arise, and I'm not so much rooting for the market to do one thing or the other. The swing trading, when you wake up in the morning, I kind of find myself trying to cheer the market in one direction or the other, and that's not a good place to be because it's going to cloud your thoughts and it's going to mess with the mental side of your trading, which is really the biggest part of trading is your mental focus and being in self-discipline like we've talked about before. All right, guys, that being said, so as you guys do know, if you guys haven't seen my previous videos, I'm a struggling trader. I'm full-time day trading. I've been doing this for less than a year, and currently I am at the very brink of having to go back to the standard 9 to 5 job. That being said, I am able to take out the $700 profit that I've been able to turn, or over $700 profit I've been able to turn this month already, and I can take that out of my Robinhood account. I have full access to that, so I will be covered for next month's rent. Now, so that puts me in a little more comfortable place, but at the same time, there's still next month. So I'm still in a position where a lot of people say that people don't recommend that you're trading for your rent money and you're trading for your livelihood when you don't already have some type of cushion, because it kind of goes hand in hand with what we talked about earlier, in that you'll find if you need the market to do something for you to be able to pay your rent, then you'll be going out of your way. If the market doesn't move and you have wealth built up, you don't have to do anything. But if you need money to pay rent, you don't have a choice. If the market doesn't move, you still have to take trades. So that's that's kind of the thought process behind why you don't want to be trading for money for your livelihood when you haven't already experienced long-term success in the field. So that being said, after I blew up my Robinhood account, I did go and get in my truck and deliver somebody's food for DoorDash, and I got paid $6 for that. So I've made like $200 before in a weekend doing that. So it's discouraging, but at the same time, I'm doing this just to make sure that I don't have to take money out next month if I still haven't turned a profit, because I can tell with my trading right now, I'm not confident and that I'll be entirely profitable at this point, and I don't want to put that added pressure on myself. Now, that being said, I still do have a brokerage account with leverage brokerage now. So if y'all don't know what leverage is, it's something that's used for banks for tons of reasons. If you've put a mortgage on a house or if you've gotten a loan from the bank, then you know what leverage is. Now, you can use the same type of leverage in the stock markets. And I have an account which I paid $3,000 for, and it provides me with $80,000 worth of buying power. So I have that account. I've had it open for a couple weeks, but I've never used it yet. And I was thinking about even using it this week, but that's not going to happen. And at this point, I'm hesitant to even start using it next week. The reason I don't want to start using it next week is because, and I want to make sure that new traders who are listening, they really pay attention and they understand that it's it's such a mental struggle to be able to be successful in this game. Even if you understand the technical or the fundamental analysis, the market's still going to react unpredictably, and you're going to have the mental wherewithal to know what to do at the right time and to make sure that decision is what's going to be the right decision when multiplied over time and repeated again and again. And the average of those decisions needs to be cumulative positive outcome. Now, for new traders, like I said, there's a lot of things that you want to keep in mind. You want to make sure that you're not going in too big a share size. You want to set a stop loss. You want to make sure that you're doing your research and you're not just jumping in blind. And you want to really take your time and watch the stock market. Now, there's also another component to that, which the mental side, the self discipline, the ability to stick to a plan, and you need to also make a plan. Do not enter a stock if you don't have a plan, and your plan needs to be entrance and exit. Now, all these things that I've gone over today in this, they're things that I have not conquered these attributes. I don't have these abilities yet. These are all things that I know from the books I've read and the podcasts that I've listened to on a constant basis. I'm constantly flooding myself with new information on trading, and it's honestly getting old, but I have to try to be resilient and keep pushing through and compound my learning. And one of the things that everybody talks about, guys, is how important it is for you to be able to stay alive in the markets and not blow up and take your time to learn. And so that's the main thing, guys. It's not easy. It's a long process. I need to, even though I've had good feelings this week of success, I've also realized how hard this stuff truly is even more. And I gotta keep grinding, and keep pushing and keep learning every day. And please comment, and I